sticking on to the white ball cricket, and can we talk a little more about your journey into TNPL? How did you get into Laika Kovai Kings? And can you please walk us through that memorable night, the record that still holds on for 8 years? What was that night like? And yeah, if you can just walk us through
Yeah, sure.
your journey into TNPL and that particular night.
That was the qualifier or eliminator game we played in Dintakal. I remember I had a bad game with the gloves. I think I dropped a couple, including the last ball of the innings where I dived to my left or right. I'm not sure which. So going in, we were under the pump, and I think our coaches were going on. It's like, 192. The wicket was good. And honestly, I love playing at Natham because the ball comes onto the bat very nicely and you can play through the line. So going in, I sit in my spot. I tell myself, like, if I get a chance today, I'm winning the game for the team. And that was just me pumping myself up. And obviously, we were two down within over four. And I usually go in to make sure that, like I said, I'm more a red ball cricketer. I've never seen myself as a T20 cricketer. I don't think I worked on those skills enough. So I remember if I was being paired up, it was usually to make sure that I just stem the flow of wickets or whatever. Or I usually go towards the end where I could play those fancy shots against the fast bowlers. I could ramp, I could turn, I could do whatever. I was not known for my power hitting back then. But that game, I think, like I said, because I was keen on making sure that I win the game for my team, I go in. I remember first ball, Gunpa bounces me. I ducked. Murli Vijay was the non-striker. So he comes up. He's like, டேய் 196 சேஸ் பண்றோம் ஷார்ட் ஃபைன் லைக் வச்சு போடுறான் என்னடா குடிஞ்சிட்டு இருக்க and I'm like, okay, yeah, we're already under scoreboard pressure. I don't need you having a go at me. And I'm like, விடுங்க நான் பாத்துக்கிறேன். And I remember Gunpa came on, middle and leg. I flicked the next ball for 6 over square leg.
Second ball was a magical shot.
So
Yes.
That shot, I mean, since Samba sent that video to me, I watched that shot multiple times. That was an incredible shot, Rohit.
obviously, also, I didn't know who was in the com box at then. It was Dean Jones and Mike Hussey, which
Dean
actually
Jones,
made
yes.
watching the highlights a lot more enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
Seeing these guys actually call the shots that I was playing. But even that ball, those aren't shots that I would usually play. I knew. So for me, I think I was always very good against fast bowling. So my technique was good. But yeah, whipping the ball there and then playing a few of the shots, I think a couple over mid on and the back foot one over mid off and stuff. It's like never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that those are shots that I would be playing in a T20 game.
What happened that day? Like, what did you eat or what happened?
I think
like a Ravi Shastri question. What was your
I
breakfast?
kind of feel like when I was batting, I would always have the handbrakes on because of how the situations I would usually go in. Because I would always be asked to go in and make sure that we don't lose wickets or whatever. So inherently, my shot making ability was always curtailed. I was never myself. That day, honestly, it's like I didn't care. I'm like, we just need to win this game. And
Did something click after that
I-
game? Like, were you
After
playing
Murli
more?
Vijay
Yeah.
came in.
so I probably need Monk actually having a go at me every day. Jokes apart, I think that day I just wasn't thinking. It's as simple as that. I went purely on instinct. And what I've learned is after that year, I had a few other good years as well in the TNPL. I learned that when I actually play without inhibitions, my stroke play is just as good as XYZ. I ended up playing cricket here a couple years ago when I first moved. And I was seeing the same elements of my game here against these guys where I could just go smack every single ball. And I think it was more to do also with the freedom that you give yourself, right? When you're not actually putting yourself under pressure, making sure that, oh, I need to make sure this comes through or this comes through. You're just worried about seeing the ball and hitting the ball because you've played enough balls to know how your body moves. You start trusting yourself more. You just need to trust yourself, go with your instincts. And I think that's one of the things that was key to that inning. Just watch the ball and go for it. And obviously, there was one bit I think with Harish Kumar who actually came in and he lightened the load on me because I think he hit a few as well because we were going, we needed 12 runs and over and it wasn't easy. And I think even in going into that last over, I was with MK Shivakumar. I told him get me one boundary somehow, I'll win us the game. And obviously, I got two full tosses. It's like 19 overs, 14 to win at the last over. We won with 6 balls to spare. It's like two no balls, 7-7 over, game over. That's a different story. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it was just purely on instinct that day. I think
And like
so.
scoring a
One of my
century.
coaches, yeah, that was the fastest century as well.
Past century. Yep.
So yeah, one of my coaches actually sent me a text after that day. And obviously, I went back. Like I said, Lance Klosner gave me a call. He was our coach. He was back in South Africa at 1 a.m. He gives me a call. He's like, "Oh, it's like I knew this was coming. It's like you've been looking so good in the nets and stuff." And obviously, hearing these things from people like him, right? He's a legend of the game, someone you look up to. You kind of feel like you belong at that level. You know that you've got the game for it. It felt incredible that night, and obviously I couldn't sleep when I went back to the hotel. So it's like it's like Abhi's dad, who's been my coach since I was like 10, 11. I think he played a very instrumental role in my career growing up. He sent me a text saying that, listen, this has always been in you. I don't know why you don't bring it out more often, and so on. So that text was really nice to see. Uncle didn't
Bro.
actually have to do it, and it was at 1 a.m.
Brilliant.
So these are small things that tell you that the game's always been there. It's just about you going out and expressing yourself this way every single time.